Good day everyone, welcome to another edition of the Complete Sports Update. I am Abib Kuranga and this is the show where we will be bringing to you the latest and trending stories in the world of sports. I have my able and trusted colleague with me, James Agberibi, and together we shall be taking you through the journey of sports in this episode. Over to the headlines. Nigerian duo Victor Boniface and Gift Orban earned first call-up to the Super Eagles. After their impressive display for their respective clubs, both Boniface and Orban were called up to the national team in their 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifier against Sao Tome and Principe. The 2023 UEFA Champions League draw took place on Thursday, with Manchester United pitched up against Bayern Munich alongside FC Copenhagen and Galatasaray, while Victor Osimhen's Napoli will battle it out with Real Madrid alongside Sporting Braga and Union Berlin in Germany. Manchester United played a good game against Arsenal, that's according to Erik ten Hag. Despite their comprehensive loss against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium, Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag believes that his side played a good game against their sworn enemies in the Gunners. And these are some of the stories making up the rounds in the world of sports. So, welcome James to the show. How's it been?
Yeah, very well. Thank God for everything.
Yes, so over to the topic of the day. On Sunday, it was actually reviewed, the Nigerian list, the 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifier against Sao Tome and Principe. Yep. That, Victor Boniface and Gift Orban earned their first call-up into the Super Eagles squad. How do you feel about the inclusion of these two players?
Aside from Boniface and Gift Orban, there's also Jordan to Nariga.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have three guys who got their first call up to the Super Eagles. Very good one for them. I think it's merited. These are guys who have done well for their club sides, and the last qualifier against Sierra Leone, Gift Orban and Boniface were surprisingly left out. But the good thing is they've gotten the call up. They didn't allow the last time when they were not called up to affect them. They kept working, and luckily for them, they are now in the team. So I think it's a welcome development. It goes to show that we have quality players who can come in and do something. But we hope that this opportunity will be well utilized, because there are so many players who also want to get this opportunity.
Yes, of course, they want to get the opportunity, and looking at this season alone, with the impressive performances of these guys alongside Taiwo Awoniyi. Taiwo Awoniyi has scored 3 goals in 4 games.
Yeah.
Boniface has scored 4 in 3, while Orban has scored 6 in 9. Do you think the presence of these 3 guys, can actually spell a threat to Victor Osimhen's Super Eagles future?
Well, I don't think it should, because Osimhen has already cemented his place, but I hope he's not going to get complacent, because these are also good guys who can come in and do something. But the thing is, Osimhen has the edge because he has been part of the Super Eagles for a very long time. He knows the system, So, but these guys, they've never played for the Super Eagles. It's one thing to be playing for a club side, another thing to now transfer that performance to national team. We've seen players who, after doing well for their club side, they cannot replicate that into the national team. So, I think it's a good one. It's a good problem as a coach to have when you have varieties. At least you can also delve into other formations if you don't want to go direct. I think it's one thing about what is named Boniface that I've come to realize is he has this very good hold-up play. He's the type that you can feed off, as a striker. So for me, it's a good problem, like I said, for a coach to have. I mean, you have different guys who you can, make use of. So I don't think they are coming to the national team is going to be a problem. I mean, it's because they don't have anything. They've not proven anything yet in the national team. We all know what they can do. So they just hope that this guy will come in and gel, and at least we have a team that can go into the AFCON and do well.
Yes, of course, it is a dilemma that can be put to good use by Osei Posero. So now, the UEFA Champions League draw was actually made on Thursday in Monaco. And teams were actually picked up against each other, with notably Manchester United, Bayern Munich, Napoli, Real Madrid also in the same group. And the group of deaths, that's the group F, comprises of Newcastle United, Borussia Dortmund, AC Milan, and Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
how do you see the draw generally?
Well, interesting groups. Bayern Munich, Manchester United, they meet again. I think the last time they met was 2014, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
When Bayern knocked Man U out under David Moyes. So you want to give it to the two of them. They are former champions. So on paper, you want to say Manchester United, Bayern Munich, but you cannot rule out surprises. Napoli, Real Madrid, based on what Napoli did last season, you want to say, okay, they will qualify with Real Madrid. But the Napoli team that I've seen so far this season, they've not really, I don't think they've hit that stride, compared to what we saw last season. But let's just see what will happen. And for the group of death, Newcastle, I mean, that's a terrible way to get back into the Champions League.
Exactly, after 20 years absence.
It's not a good one, but who says they cannot hold their own? Let's wait and see what happens, because as it is now, it's still a level playing field. Until the first set of games are played, then we'll know who stand the chance of going out. But you always have favorites on paper, but you never rule out surprises.
Yes, you never rule out surprises. So one more. Who is going to be crowned the champions of Europe?
Well, that's a very difficult call. I know you want to say the big guns, but just it's very difficult. It's when we from the round of 16 quarterfinal. I think that's when we're going to get a good picture of who might become a European champion in 2023-2024 season.
Yes, for me, going by the success stories of these, let me say, debutants in the UEFA Champions League, maybe I will have to go for Berlin, to go all the way to win the UEFA Champions League. So now, on Sunday, Manchester United actually visited Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium, and they lost.
Yeah.
Maybe unsurprisingly, they lost because of the current form of Arsenal, compared to Manchester United. But now, Erik ten Hag said his side had a good game, despite that loss against Arsenal. Do you agree to that assessment of his?
No, I totally disagree with him, because on the balance of play, Arsenal deserves to win the game. Manchester United, they were just relying more on counter. If you check the goal he scored, it was from a mistake by Kai Havertz. It was a pass that was intended for a teammate, which was intercepted, and they broke and they scored. But if you check most part of the game, they were just relying on counter attacks. And Arsenal went all out. Arsenal came out even when it was still 1-1. As you saw that Arsenal, they were on the front foot. They were the one putting all the pressures. And United eventually cracked. So for him to say they played a good, I don't know whether it's the same match we all watched. His team was second best all through. So Arsenal had good chances to even. Kai Havertz had a very good opportunity to score in the first half, which he misfired. So on the balance of play, I think Arsenal deserve to win. So I don't understand what he's trying to him. Nobody going to come out and say my team did very bad. He's just trying to feel good, but I think on the balance of play, Arsenal deserve to win.
Yes, I think he complained about 3 incidents in the game. Mm-hmm. The first being the offside call. Mm-hmm. Judging Alejandro Garnacho to be offside, and the second was when Declan Rice actually equalized for Arsenal. He said there was a foul in the build-up play. That was foul on Johnny Evans. And the third one was Rasmus Højlund. They said Rasmus Højlund was actually wrestled down by Gabriel Morales in the 18-yard box. So do you think these 3 incidents actually, are justified?
Influence the result of
influence the result. Thank you.
I watched all the incidents. The first one, it was a very close call. Yeah, thank God for VAR. Arsenal would have been 2 goals to 1 down, but VAR intervened for them. So it was a very close call. Some people came out to say no, it was onside. That's what the coach too was trying to hold on to. But I mean, we have a new technology that comes out when it comes to very controversial issues like this. That's why VAR is there. So and they picked him out for offside. The one you talked about, Declan Rice's goal, that there was. I saw 2 players who were just grappling each other, who were trying to gain advantage over each other. If you check out, it was even the Arsenal player that was even now dragged down. So I mean, it didn't influence the. You don't think the 2 of them had any opportunity of getting to the ball. So and also for the penalty shout that he was claiming. What about the one that Kai Havertz was brought down. Fine, it was a minimal contact, but there was slight contact that put him off balance. So I mean, he's just somebody who, because his team lost, he's just trying to come up with all kinds of excuses. I mean, you've lost. Just to go back. Now the good thing is there's international break now. Just go back and re-strategize. We have a striker now, the new guy that just came in. I mean, from the glimpses that we saw, that guy is going to do something. He's going to do something. I saw. I think he has good hold-up play. He has the trickery. He can hold on to the ball. He can play with his teammates. So I think that's
who has the pace.
He has the pace too for someone that tall. You know. So for me, he has, once the international break is over, at least he should be able to put the Arsenal defeat behind them and move forward. It's still a young season. So there's still many. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes, exactly.
So that's just it.
James, thank you for the wonderful analysis.
It's a pleasure.
So guys, we've come to the end of this week's edition. We'll see you same time next week. Bye for now.